I get asked from time to time, how do I make my gameplay commentary vocals sound the way they do? To be honest, I use Audacity like 90% of the gameplay commentary scene, and the tools that Audacity provides are actually more than enough to make your vocals pop and sound upfront and get people listening to your commentaries. The 4 things that I use are simple. I remove the noise with the noise removal tool, I normalize, I compress, and I equalize. That's it. There is no magic behind the curtain. Those are the only tools that I really use to make my commentaries sound the way they do. But first and foremost, before you actually start recording your commentary, you want to get yourself set up correctly. So first of all, you want to position your microphone about a foot away from your mouth. That's a good distance to get the mic to pick up your vocals. It drives me nuts when somebody is recording their commentary in the corner of their room and their voice is lost because it sounds like they're so distant. Look, like this for example. Sounds like they're all the way over here and the vocals don't stand out whatsoever. So more than likely people are going to stop paying attention. Alright, so the next step is you want to have a pop filter on your microphone to prevent any sort of peas, any sort of going on when you're spitting into the mic like Daffy Duck. You could pick one of these up at your local music shop for no more than $20. Please, for the love of God, do not spend more than 20 bucks on your microphone pop filter. If you don't want to spend any money, you could easily just grab a clean sock from your drawer and slip it over your microphone just like a condom, and that'll take care of the peas, I guess about as good as a pop filter would. So without further ado, let's record a little something and I'll show you an example of how something sounds before and after I record an audio commentary. So we have Audacity loaded up here. Let's go ahead and record a little snippet. See here, click the record button. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So now we have our audio right here, and if you notice, I waited 5 seconds before I recorded my commentary, and that's because when you remove the noise of your vocals, you want to create a profile of the background noise so that when you remove it from the entire waveform, it actually removes the unnecessary crap in your vocals. And I know a lot of people have the AC running in the background or the fans. Turn that stuff off, please. Unless it's unbearably hot, like you're baking, you could stand 5 to 10 minutes without any sort of air conditioning. It drives me nuts, again, when somebody has their fan blasting in their microphone. It sounds ridiculous. So here we have our waveform. Let's go ahead and play it for you. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So there's the waveform as it is naked with no processing over it. You can hear the background noise and my vocals don't stand out as much as they should. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and add some noise removal. Add some noise. Let's remove some noise. So let's select the first 5 seconds. There we go. Go to Effect. Go to Noise Removal. You want to select Get Noise Profile, and what this does is captures the sort of background noise in the first few seconds of the clip. So anything within that range is taken away from the actual entire vocal. So Get Noise Profile, it gets the profile, and then select the entire wave. Bam, right there. So go back to Effect, Noise Removal, and then click OK. Boom. See, and as you can see right here in the very beginning and end, all that bullshit noise in the background is no longer there. So the next step, you want to normalize. And what normalizing does is actually increase the waveform as loud as possible without actually clipping the vocals. You don't want any sort of static going on in your commentary. So click normalize here. I keep it around -1 decibels. I have these 2 check marked and I don't have this check marked. Bam. See how it increased the vocals a little bit? Okay. So the next step you want to do is actually compress your vocals, and what this does is kind of even out your vocals during the entire commentary. You know, a lot of times we speak in fluctuations, we speak loudly on certain parts, quietly on the other, and we want to actually squish the waveform down, therefore making all your commentary the same volume. So let's go to Effect, let's go to Compressor. Alright, and if you want to, you could actually use these exact settings for the compression. And the only level that I really mess with is here. And the threshold is actually the amount of compression on your vocals. And the more you move the slider to the left hand side, the more it's going to compress. And when you compress it more, you actually increase the background noise a lot more. So you want to compress it, but not too much. So my rule of thumb is always compress it to either -20, between -20 and -15 decibels. So let's try -18, that's a good in-between number. And then click OK. And make sure these two are unchecked as well. Bam. See, there you go. It squished everything. Everything looks even and it doesn't look too smashed up. So now that we have our vocals compressed, the next step we're going to do is add some equalization to your vocals. Make your vocals pop and sound a lot better. So let's go to Effect, Equalization. Let's go to Bass Boost here. Bam. And the default bass boost is pretty awesome. If you want, you could tweak it some more to your liking. But if you want to look at these settings, go ahead and get these down. Click Bass Boost. Click OK. Boom. Added some bass to your vocals. Make your manly voice sound more masculine. Let's go ahead and add some more equalization. Go back to Equalization. Let's go here and Treble Boost. And what this does is add a bit more clarity to your vocals, give you a bit more presence. So again, look at this for the settings. Click OK. Bam. Added some treble to them vocals. So now your vocals should sound a lot more bassier and a lot more clear. Next step we're going to do is actually normalize it again. Get our waveform nice and loud. So we go to Effect here. Normalize. Bam. Click. Boom. There we go. Now, as you can see here, I mean, this is just a generic waveform, but when you speak in an entire commentary, sometimes when you add the EQ, it kind of messes with the waveform, and you want to kind of chop pieces off and get your waveform as even as possible on the top and bottom layer. So in order to do that, we're going to hard limit. And what hard limited is, it's a more harsh form of compression. But we're just kind of chopping off the top here, kind of like chopping off the dead ends of your hair, if any of you have long hair, and getting the waveform nice and even. So let's go to Effect. You can run all the way down here. There's hard limiter. And my rule of thumb is always doing it between -3 and -5 decibels. If you look at your waveform, you can always tell if it's too much or it's too little. So let's try -4. It's a good in-between number. And if you want to look at the settings, you can look at them here, get them down, click OK. Boom. So now you see how it kind of chopped off the little edges of our waveform, getting it beautiful, nice and even. Now the last step we're doing to make our vocals sound beautiful is normalizing once again and getting your vocals nice and loud. Give it some presence. So normalize again, same settings, click OK. Boom. And now our vocals are compressed, EQ'd, hard limited, and normalized. It's gonna sound amazing. Let me go ahead and show it to you. Bam. Press play. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. You see how much better that sounded compared to the naked version that you heard before. One more thing I forgot to add. When you export your audio commentary wave, you want to make sure that it's in 16-bit wave format. So let's go ahead and go to File, Export, and you want to save it as a WAV Microsoft Sign 16-bit PCM. You don't want to save it as an MP3 because that will degrade the quality of your commentary vocals. So that's the last thing you need to do when you're recording your commentary. So that's it, guys, how to make your audio commentary sound the way it does. If you have any further questions or any concerns or any sort of tips maybe for me to actually improve this, just go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below, or you could hit me up on Twitter. The links are everywhere, either in my description or on my YouTube channel page. So again, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make your audio commentaries sound more sexy and give them more presence. Oh yeah. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. Adios, amigos.